Hello and welcome back to BHM University. My name is Nate and today we're going to be walking you through how to assemble and disassemble a standard full electric hospital bed. And now we're going to go over the various parts of the bed. Here we have the head spring, and I'm going to go ahead and move that over here. Here we do have our foot spring. I'm going to hold this up for you so that you can see. This is going to be our footboard. Just behind here we do have our headboard. They are very similar to each other. And here we have our drive bar. So now that we've gone over the various parts of the bed, it is good to note that no tools are required to put this bed together. So let's go ahead and get started on putting this guy together. For our first step, we're going to go ahead and attach the head spring to the foot spring. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and take this head spring to a right angle to the foot spring, and we're going to actually hook it into the foot spring. So hook it in just like that. You want to hold here and swing that head spring out just like so. One thing that I like to do is go ahead and kick that head spring out just like so to make sure that that bed doesn't want to teeter on you. Next thing that I want to do is go ahead and take this head spring motor and actually extend it out. You do want to have this little brass button pop out, otherwise you're not going to be able to use that motor. It's just going to be a push tube pushing on a push tube. Next we want to go ahead and attach this motor to the head spring by putting that pin through, attaching the washer, and pushing that pin all the way through just like so. Next step is I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these cords out, get them out and in a orderly fashion just like so. And now for better viewing purposes, we're going to go ahead and turn this bed around so that you can see me hooking up these springs. All right, so we have to hook up the springs for the head spring to the foot spring. The best way to do that is to extend that head spring all the way out and actually bring the head or foot spring all the way out as well. Next, we pinch these springs together and hook these odd springs in the middle, just like so. All right. Next step here is going to be laying the bed down. So let's go ahead and get that done. We're gonna just scoot it down, set it down nice and easy, just like so. And next we want to go ahead and attach the head and footboards to this bed. When picking your head and footboards, you want to make sure that you're grabbing the right side. By doing that, you can check to see which one is longer. The longer one is always going to be the head spring. The shorter one is always going to be the foot spring. So let's go ahead and take this foot down to the foot end of the bed. That's going to be the end with all of the motors on it. We're going to bring it all the way down over here. And we're going to just pick this bed up by the bottom base and hook it into place just like so. Now before we attach the headboard, let's go ahead and attach this very important piece, which is the collar of the bed, just like so. Do the same on the head spring. Locked into place, just like so. Now the next step that we want to do is we want to extend the drive bar to the proper length. The proper length is going to be, for this particular bed, is going to be hole 14. You can see that there's a ton of holes here. Also, you can see that there's a bunch of different markings on this side of the bar as well. So let's go ahead and get it extended. There's 14. Now on one end of the drive bar, there is a springy side. On the other end, you'll see that there is not a springy side. I typically like to put the springy side towards the foot end. So let's go ahead and do that. Best way to connect it is going to be first avoid all of the cords. Run that bar all the way up underneath the bed. Lock the bar into the high-low motor, just like so. And then the best way to get this bar finished is to lift up on that head spring, pull back on the drive bar, and let it extend into the headboard. Now you can let that head spring down, and we're good to plug it in and test all of our functions. When we are plugging in and testing our functions, we can also finish making sure that this bed is in the proper place and go ahead and get these beds locked. Now typically these beds come with 2 locking casters, and the way that we like to set up our hospital beds is we like to set up our hospital beds with locking casters on opposite sides and opposite ends. So we've got a locking caster on this corner and we've got a locking caster on that corner as well. Way to do that is to push it down and that'll lock it. To unlock it, you'll just lift up on that caster and it's good to roll. Now it is important to note that anytime a patient is getting in or out of this bed, you always want to make sure that those casters are locked. You never want to have those unlocked, otherwise it could be potentially dangerous for your customer. Here we have our hand control. The top set of buttons is going to control the head of the bed. I'm going to bring that up and down, just like so. And the next set of buttons is going to control our knees. It'll bring that up and down. The next set is going to actually control the both head and foot at the same time, up and down. And then the bottom set of buttons is actually going to control the whole bed, up and down. Just like so. Thank you for watching BHM University. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Until then, see you next time.